Welcome to the show. Wow.
That's very nice.
Are you kidding me? You're very nice. You're very nice for being here. I'm a huge fan of you in every single role. You have the ability to transform yourself in every single role that you're truly an actor.
Thank you.
You know, some people act, but you are an actor.
I really appreciate that.
No, you genuinely are. Like you're a Shakespearean trained actor, isn't that correct?
In fact, there's something I want to admit. Seeing Herman Cain earlier and where he had that meltdown.
Yes.
So here's a tip. If you're doing a Shakespeare play and you blank,
Yes.
which I have done, just say, "Forsooth, my liege." Yon bear. I've done that.
And people think that's what the thing is?
Yeah, just say forsooth.
Forsooth? I feel like if Herman Cain said that in the middle of a thing, who's the leader of Uzbek? Forsooth, my liege. You're right. He would be president.
Sectioned.
No, he'd be president.
Yeah,
he would be president. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Congratulations on all of your success. Let me start off by saying, I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of musicals.
Right. You're not alone.
Right. And so when they say, here's my thing. It's just for me. I like it when I like it when musicals when they sing and then they talk and sing. I don't like it when everything's "Let me walk with you." I can't do that. But
Kind of nice though when you do it.
but flattery, no. But this is completely different. A lot of people will say, "Oh, Les Misérables." I don't like. Is that? It's the musicals. This is different.
This is different.
This is the story split into 6 hours, and it is one of the most gripping things I have ever watched.
Well, thank you. Yes, it is an adaptation by Andrew Davies from Victor Hugo's original novel. It's a 1,500-page novel. A lot of people don't realize that's what the musical is based on.
Right.
And he did an adaptation, so it's 6 hours from that.
What you get, though, from this story that's different from the musical is you get to focus on moments in the story. For instance, many people who've watched the musical will know that the Anne Hathaway scene where, she's talking about selling her teeth. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh, that's like a cute, fun thing. I'm selling my teeth. I'm poor. I'm selling my teeth. Then you watch this and you're like, they're ripping her teeth out.
Yes. Yes.
Do you think you got to capture more of the gritty nuances of the story?
Well, if you're going to do another rendition of Les Misérables so soon after the musical film, you better be bringing something different, something new, something revelatory. And so what we wanted to do was to really dig into the context, the dimension, the complexity, the backdrop. The backdrop is post the French Revolution. For my character, for instance, in Javert, you don't really get to know in the musical that he was born in prison to criminal parents, hates that side of him, transposes that onto Jean Valjean, which is why he's so obsessed with him. You don't get to see the fact that Fantine fell in love with this aristocrat and had a baby by him, and he abandoned her, and so she fell through the cracks of society, and that's why she goes on to sell her teeth and her hair and all that kind of stuff. So this is an opportunity to really see the context behind those characters you love.
When you watch this series, one thing that struck me is whenever I watched pieces of Les Misérables, I was always like, this is happening whenever.
Right.
I know this sounds strange, but watching this series felt eerily like things that are happening today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that was another focus of ours. Jean Valjean, for instance, as played by Dominic West, he's imprisoned for 19 years for stealing a loaf of bread. Well, you only have to look at the prison industrial complex here in America right now. People who are people of color, people from deprived economic backgrounds being given disproportionate sentences for crimes that don't warrant that level of sentence. It's because of indentured servitude, it's an extension of slavery. This is what was also happening in the early 1800s in France. The gap between the haves and have-nots widening so much as we are seeing now, especially in the West. That is exactly what was going on back there. So that's the only reason to do a show like this now, is if it speaks to now.
It genuinely feels like it speaks to now. You're amazing in it. I genuinely recommend everybody goes and watches it, but you're not just doing that. You are one of the hardest working people I know right now in Hollywood, because you were in Australia like now. And then you were in London. When were you in Australia?
I was last week.
Yeah, and then you're going to London?
Then I was in London 2 days ago.
And now you're here?
Yes.
Why? What are you doing?
My wife asked the same question. I was doing Peter Rabbit 2.
Okay.
Which we shot in Sydney, Australia, and in London, much to the joy of my 7-year-old daughter, who loved the original film as well. And then I'm here with you, of course. And then in about 2 days, I'm off to Oregon, where I'm going to be directing a film. So yeah, just keeping busy.
This is exciting. This is really exciting because. No, I mean, we know and love you as an actor. I mean, you're phenomenal on screen, but now this is your first foray into directing.
Yeah.
It's a different world, and you're working with Oprah on this as well.
Yeah.
Which is not a small. Is that like added pressure, or is it inspiration? Because if I was doing anything for Oprah, I'd just drop things by mistake all the time.
Well, you know, I have a wonderful relationship with her.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just dust that dirt from your shoulder. There we go. Let me just. Let me just. Sorry. Carry on. Carry on.
There's no way of saying that without it sounding conceited.
Yeah.
Well, we played mother and son in the film The Butler. We became very good friends after that. We became even greater friends after she helped bring about Selma, which I was also a part of. And she's just a huge advocate, supporter, and mother-like figure to me. So she's supporting me in this endeavor.
You're going from in front of the camera to behind the camera, and then now you're going to be trying to control what the camera actually records.
Yeah.
Because you also have a production company that you've started. Why have you started that in particular? Everyone has a different reason for starting a production company, but why did you do it?
Well, I grew up loving film and television, and I rarely got to see myself reflected in what I loved, admired, and was obsessed with watching. And, you know, as I gained in notoriety, I feel like if I'm not part of the solution, I'm part of the problem. I've been given a platform, and so therefore I want a different world for my children. I want them to see themselves represented on film, because it's such a powerful cultural tool for empathy. I think the more we understand different cultures, different backgrounds, different peoples, the more we are less likely to operate in ignorance, which is where I think prejudice comes from.
You work in London, you work in Australia, but you live in the US.
Yes.
And your father lives with you in Los Angeles, or does he come and visit you quite a lot?
No. He lives with us.
Right.
And yeah. The reason I'm pausing is my dad. When we lived in the UK, we lived in houses or apartments that we didn't have a yard. Now, LA, as most people know, has a lot of space.
Yes.
And my dad has become obsessed with leaf blowing.
Are you being serious?
No, I'm absolutely serious. And so, you know, if you have the gut.
Oh, wait, but I need to paint me a picture of your dad, though.
Okay.
So where's your dad from? I need to start with that.
Yeah. So my dad's from Oyo State in Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Western Nigeria, but lived most of his life now in the UK.
Got it.
And then he now wanted to spend more time with his grandchildren.
So your Nigerian dad is obsessed with leaf blowers.
It's crazy. If you knew Nigerians, you'd know that was really weird. That he what am I going to go and do the gardening for? So, but he is obsessed with infomercials. So he just sits there and he's got like 4 different leaf blowers. I've got the automatic. This one has 4 gears. And he's like, Okay, Daddy, as long as you're happy. The problem is he never just does like the constant because then you kind of go, okay, Daddy's leaf blowing is fine. He goes So for the hour that he's doing this.
Oh man. This is like one leaf at a time. It's just
one
like
leaf at a time. Yeah. He's so happy when fall comes. He goes, the leaves.
Oh man. Well, you know what? If getting more work means you can buy more leaf blowers for your dad, I'm excited for both of you. Thank you so much for being on the show. Les Misérables premieres April 14th at 9 p.m. on Masterpiece on PBS. David Oyelowo, everybody.